We had an opportunity to speak today a little bit about misinformation and disinformation campaigns, but we really saw the impact of what it means to be an uninformed or a disinformed or a misinformed electorate in the turnout in terms of the most recent election. We have seen campaigns targeting Black people going back as late as 2016, if not before. Talk to us about what your organization has recognized about the power of misinformation campaigns and the susceptibility that our communities really experience when we're targeted with these efforts.
Yeah, absolutely. That's I think a great overall all framing. We often say at Onyx Impact that disinformation is as old as white supremacy, and it's
Mm.
been used for generations to divide and dissuade and deter Black folks from the ballot box, from civic engagement, from all sorts of power building efforts. And so we at Onyx Impact, we are trying to fight what we believe is a new era of mis and disinformation, and with the hyperbolic spread um, of online social media platforms that can put the same information in front of you over and over and over again. It's never been easier to convince folks of lies, right? And that's because in a lot of ways, disinformation works on all of us, right? Because our brains work in a similar way. And the more times you hear something, the more likely you are to believe it's true. And the more likely you are to believe other people believe it's true as well. And so in our current age, if our brains are substituting repetition for truth, it are these social media apps and this kind of online ecosystem that we're currently a part of can convince folks of things that can distort our realities really, really, really easily, more easily than ever before. And so we are at Onyx Impact trying to kind of expose those tactics to give our community resources to fight back and make sure that we can live in a healthier online environment moving forward.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that statement you said? Just it really struck me that our brains substitute repetition for truth or for accuracy. Can you talk to us a little bit about the science behind that? Because we before the election, we were doing everything, including calling on the name of Black Jesus and all the gods and the Orisha and the ancestors, to try to be able to explain effectively to people what was happening with Project 2025 and the threats that the then Republican Party campaign presented to our communities. And it wasn't until Taraji P. Henson got on them BET Awards and was like, Project 2025, look it up, that people took it seriously. But we were repeating it. We were talking about it to the point where I thought I was boring my audience talking about Project 2025 so much. But the idea of repetition substituting itself for accuracy, that to me really eclipses or encapsulates what we were experiencing in a way that I hadn't really quite thought about before. What's the science behind that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you think about how even we teach little kids things, right? We just tell them it over and over and over again. That's kind of how our brains are still wired to um, take in information by default. It's why ads work, right? It's why propaganda
Mm.
works. It's why they say that this can take down nation states, democracies, because of how our brains are intaking information. Into your to that example, right? What was the difference between pre and post kind of Taraji? It was that message getting to the audience at a level of amplification that was
Mm.
needed to um, really expose folks to the truth. So obviously, it's not just her platform, but the platform of BET, the platform of social media, the platform of how many different folks with massive followings, retweeted, um, posted that on Instagram, posted that on TikTok, right? And that's also why it's so dangerous to live in an era of propaganda, right? Because
Mm.
regardless of who the president of the United States or somebody is, like if the president were to tell us every single day that the sky is green, right? Think of every newspaper that would have to cover it, every TV show that would have to cover it, all the radio shows that would have to cover it over and over and over again every single day. Actually, all of us would be like, I guess let's conversation about the color of the sky, maybe.
Let's debate
Um,
it. Let's
yeah,
discuss.
so let's debate it. Right, exactly. And so that is one of the biggest things that we've got to battle, because currently it's really easy to create your own um, enclosed reality online, right? That's what a lot of these platforms want you to do,
Wow.
and to break through with good information, or good, uh, uh, accurate information is getting harder and harder and harder.